Kime, CEO of St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital. I want to welcome you here today on behalf of our board of directors, our physicians, medical staff, our employees, our volunteers, and foundation. What a great day. We are truly blessed with a beautiful day to kick off the festivities here in Bloomsdale. I do want to thank you for coming out, and as I say at most of my staff meetings, is it not a great day to be alive, to be in America, and work at St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital? And this is such a great day, and we're happy to share this momentous occasion with you. Before we get started, I do want to introduce our board of directors. First off, Rod Scher, our chairman. Rod has over 25 years experience with the board, and we appreciate all of his efforts. Our vice chair, Kurt Bosler. Treasurer, Mark Fowler. Secretary, Veronica Charlo. And member at large, Mr. Nick Painter. We have many volunteers here today, members of our volunteer board, headed up by Shirley Bishop, our president. Naoma Glassy is here. Tony Bates. Alice Ball. Jean Brishley. Sandy Smith. Pam Edwards. Diana LaRose. Betty Siebel. Darlene Melfield-Welsh, and Maggie Palmer. Those are our auxiliary board. And our foundation board. I do want to thank them with all their work that they do to help raise money for the hospital. Diane Weber is on vacation and is not here. But our foundation members are Debbie Donzie, Jody Uding, Larry Drury, Chipper Bosler, Terry Rodler, Larry Roderman, Dr. Craig Rubel, and Vicki Winkler. And I know many of them are here today. I also want to thank Representative Joe Fowler, who's here, as well as County Commissioners Gary Nelson, Ray Gettinger, and County Clerk Kay Bosler. And then, of course, the City of Bloomsdale. I know that the Mayor, Paul Monia, could not be here today, but we do have council members Ralph Drury and Richard Eisenbeis here today. I do want to thank them. And City Clerk Lynette Randall. If you haven't had a chance to look at the boards in the back, we have been working with Arch Images out of St. Louis for the last several years, and we have members of the Arch Images team here as well. In addition to Ken Navi and the folks at McGrath Construction, who will be heading up the project, they're in attendance as well, and thank you for being here. Today is a new day for healthcare in Bloomsdale and St. Genevieve County, as well as the whole entire region. Today we break ground on the region's most comprehensive women's center to provide diagnostics and healthcare to our community. In addition, we're going to be building a premier location for primary and specialty care for our region. Our new facility, which is scheduled to begin construction in the next 2 weeks and will open next fall, will literally be home to essentially 2 medical practices. Our comprehensive women's center, which will be designed exclusively and especially for women, will be what you will see from Interstate 55. It will feature multiple exam rooms, digital mammography, ultrasound, bone density, stereotactic breast biopsy, large consultation rooms, large education rooms, even a massage area. Directly above the ambulatory surgery center, you're going to have 2 OR rooms, 8 private rooms for surgery patients, lots of room for and space to conduct business, as well as a large, comfortable waiting room. On the east side of the building, that will face the machine shop here, you will see our primary care facilities. In addition to primary care and specialty care, we will have a full-service drive-through pharmacy that will service the building and the community. Our new primary care facility will be the new home of Dr. Don Balaquit and his new nurse practitioner, Kathy Hammond, as well as nurse practitioner Lou Miller, and our expanded hours clinic. The new primary care clinic will be much larger than our current building. If you've been in our Bloomsdale clinic, obviously you know we're pressed for space. And I've got to say that the addition of the expanded hours at our clinic has doubled the number of people that have gone through our Bloomsdale clinic in the last 2 years. In addition to new spacious digs for Dr. Balaquit, we'll have 6 exam rooms and the retail pharmacy that will be accessed through his lobby. In addition, the specialty clinic will be accessed through the primary care facility. You'll go up an elevator and have the availability of 6 exam rooms in addition to procedure rooms that we can bring in specialists to service the community, from cardiology to urology to additional women's health services. And again, if you haven't seen the plans, I would encourage you to go back and take a look. We're very proud. We're extremely excited to share this with you. We feel we have a spectacular medical office building, and what I'd like to do is turn it over to our Chief of Staff, Dr. Susan O'Donnell.
Hi, everybody. It's certainly a great day to be Chief of Staff of this hospital. I was thinking as I was driving up here about the first time I was Chief of Staff, which was the mid-90s, and what a different era it is in our hospital. I came here 19 years ago, and I think that those of us who were here then remember what a great little place it was and how we were trying so hard to make our hospital a really safe place for moderately severe illness. We knew that was what our role was. We are obviously not a tertiary level care center, but that's what our aim was, to be good and safe and to build our reputation in the community. I thought it was a very exciting place then. It's nothing like as exciting as it is now. And I truly think that St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital is the most exciting place one could work in this county. And talking to as many doctors as I do in Chicago and various places in the country, I think we're happier and more excited and have a much better relationship with administration than any doctors I know anywhere. We're always constantly at loggerheads with administration, so find you. So I certainly wanted to thank Tom Keim and to attribute a very great part of this to his vision. He's had this vision since he came, and I think it was his vision to not only get the incredible building which he has described to you, but then to fill it with the right people, which of course is always the most important thing. We have a great group of I will not say providers. It is my least favorite word on the face of the earth. I've never heard of anybody say, I got a phone call from my provider. Or, God, I went to see my provider today and, oh, he helped me so much. He told me that lump wasn't cancer or whatever. So anyway, doctors and nurse practitioners. And I can't say enough for both the new people and the older people. We have Don Balaquit, who's been doing such a great pioneering job all on his own up in Bloomsdale. I don't know how you do it. I have to have someone else to talk to. So he's going to have this incredible office and provide the great care that he provides with Kathy, who is going to be working full-time with him. And then you have Terry Cavins. I don't know how many people know her, but but she is a wonderful human being and a wonderful doctor. And I consider that that's what you need to be a wonderful doctor. And I know that every patient that goes to her thinks that too. And when you think about it, most people who go to her think they have cancer. So she's a very special person. She is going to be wonderful here. She'd be wonderful wherever she was, and it's just a great coup that we got her. And hopefully she'll be here in a few minutes. She's also great fun. And then we have my friend Mary Crucelia sitting back there, who I always tell my patients, she's like your mother, but she doesn't look like your mother. She sure doesn't. She's just a wonderful person. She does such a great job, and this place is just going to be so great having her and Terry, and then we have Kelly Danzy, who we lured back, and I think that was Tom as well, from Chester, and everybody who used to work with Kelly knows how wonderful she is. So we're just delighted to have her back. And Dr. Lamb, who must be busy, I'm trying to find him here. Tony Lamb, as a patient said to me yesterday, Dr. O'Donnell, he really cares. You know, he does. He's a gentle, wonderful man, and I think is a great obstetrician gynecologist, and we're delighted to have him. And he's also very funny and a great colleague. And then, of course, there will be the other people who will be in and out of the building, like Joe Charlo, you know, one of the oldies. Though I just want to tell you, he and I and Reggie are fun. We're not what you think. They don't, you know, those new ones are the only ones who are fun and young. So there. Anyway, and we do women's health care down in St. Genevieve too. We just don't do reproductive care, but we're still very happy to see women for everything else down in St. Genevieve. But again, I'm just so proud to be part of St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital today, and proud of my medical staff. Thank you. I'm going to be in trouble with the administrator. I was only told to do one thing. Introduce my great colleague, Dr. Balquin.
Thank you, Dr. O'Donnell, for that introduction. Mr. Keim, hospital board members, and distinguished guests, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this momentous occasion, marking St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital's dedication in providing exceptional health care to Bloomsdale and surrounding areas. This building will be a state-of-the-art facility which will include primary care, women's health, outpatient surgery, laboratory, radiology, and pharmacy. I know you will be proud of this new building as much as I was, not only because of its size, but what it symbolizes in the hospital's renewed commitment to healthcare now and into the future. I'm truly blessed to be part of St. Genevieve County Memorial Hospital, as well as a part of the Bloomsdale community. It is through your support that helped me and Bloomsdale Family Health Center grow to where we are today. I look forward to the challenges that lie ahead as we embark on a new era in healthcare. Thank you. Dr. Charlotte.
Well, thank you all for being here. I talked last night with Veronica and said, you know, what in the world am I going to talk about? Everybody knows the story, but here's my story. 21 years ago, I came here, sat across from this jovial, affable, very competent administrator who I looked at him, I said, why should I come to a small hospital like this? You know, I came from the city and I want to do big things. He said, Oh, you'll love it here. You'll love it here. I said, I'll give you 2 years. He said, you'll love it here. He said, big things can happen in St. Genevieve. Yeah, sure. Well, I'm still here. 10 years ago, I met this young lady who called and said, I'm looking for work. And she needed a job because she was just finishing her residency. And she and I talked about her coming into practice with me, but the stars were not allowed at that time. And one Sunday morning, she said, I don't think I'm going to be able to come to St. Gen. And she broke my heart, and she pissed off my wife. But we understood. She was young, and she wanted to, you know, do other things because St. Genevieve is a small town. 6 years ago, I sat across in the Main Street Inn from a bright young man who expressed an interest in being our administrator. I said, why do you want to come to St. Genevieve? This is a small community. He said, I'm alive, I'm an American, and I want to be part of St. Genevieve. and I said, well, what do you think? What's your vision? What do you think we can? He said, I think we can do big things at St. Genevieve. And you know, it's amazing how ideas become reality. It really is. You know, you dream, you think about things, you want things to happen, but you don't always get what you want. I'm thinking a year ago when this young lady called again, Terry Cavens, and said, Joe, I'm looking for work again. I mean, what can you do? Well, sure, I'm going to find a place for you, Terry. And we started talking about a breast care center, and then I took the idea with Terry to Tom Kime, who always thinks outside of the box, and say, hey, let's go women's care. Why don't we're thinking of moving to primary care where, we can be unique. And I don't know if you guys have had a chance to think about how unique this is. There's nothing like it around. Really, there isn't. Sorry, guys. I mean, this is women's care. But we're taking care of your wives, your daughters, your granddaughters, all those people that mean so much to you. And we're going to be providing state-of-the-art. I mean, this is going to be a beautiful center, but we also will be providing services. You won't have to go to the city. You won't have to move very far at all. This is an expansion of the services that we will continue to offer in St. Genevieve. You know, I'm very proud, honestly, to be part of a community that 21 years ago I had a feeling would be just right for me. The support that you guys have shown for your hospital, the support that you show for your medical staff, your healthcare providers. I mean, you guys are great. You really are. And this is just the next step in where we're going. We're going to do big things, great things in St. Genevieve. It's something that we all can continue to be proud of. And you're all part of it. So thanks for being here. Thanks for living the dream. And let's move on. Thank you.
I think I'm one of the luckiest guys in the world. You see what I get to work with day in and day out. But in addition to our fantastic medical staff, we have some of the best people working in medicine today, and there's many here today to share this event with you. You know, I was at Rotary Club yesterday, and we had new employee orientation this morning, and one of the things I love talking about, obviously, is the hospital. Because as I travel and talk with other of my peers that work in smaller hospitals, and we talk about the things that we're doing in St. Genevieve, they look at me and they say, does your community really know what they have? And I think that's a challenge that every day we face in a small community, is to continue to tell our story. And we have a fantastic story. We have people that live here in this community that support the hospital. We're not owned by a major corporation. Everything we do because you support us. And our challenge is to continue to reinvest in who we are, to make us the best facility that you can be proud of. And you're being taken care of by your neighbors, your friends, the people that give you more than what you would get in a big facility. And I think one of the blessings we have is that we have a medical staff that is truly dedicated to making sure that we're giving quality medicine, quality care to the people that we service every day. And they're the reasons why we can attract people like Mary Casilius, and the host of surgeons that have come our way in the last few years, from Dr. Van Ness to Dr. Rubel to Dr. Inger to Dr. Sloan. I'm going to leave people out, but it's nice to get a phone call from a surgeon that works in the big city and says, I hear so many good things about St. John and your medical staff. I want to come there. And we did a community needs assessment about a year and a half ago. And you told us that we needed to work on orthopedics, women's health, and cardiology. Now, they know that for the past 5 years that we've been working on those things, and it's nice to know that we're connected to what our community needs. And I'm very pleased with our orthopedics care that we're there. I'm very pleased with women's health. We have attracted some of the best people. When you think about Dr. Terry Cavins, a top doc in St. Louis that could work anywhere, she's one of 2 female breast surgeons between St. Louis and Memphis, and she wants to be here. She tells her patients that live in Memphis or St. Louis or wherever they come from, I do my work in St. Genevieve because that's where they have the equipment and the best people, and you'll get the best care. And I can say that for every specialty. And we're very close. We have a verbal commitment from a cardiologist that, again, was a top doc in St. Louis. He's planning to sign and come and be part of our medical staff in January. And we're continuing to add the services and add the people and add the equipment. And with your help, we're going to provide our community in this region the best medical care possible. And Bloomsdale is just the start. And, you know, Bloomsdale has been a special place for me. I've gotten to know many of the people that work and have been part of this Bloomsdale community. And I can't thank them enough for their support and how we're moving forward with this project. But part of our goal in development of this location and the way it sets on 55, I believe we're going to be part of some great economic development for not only Bloomsdale, but the rest of St. Genevieve County, and attracting business that will be here because of the things we're doing today. So I can't thank you enough for turning out. I see so many good friends and people that I've worked with over the years that it truly has been a blessing for me. And I didn't mean to pass over Representative Fowler, who's been standing there patiently. I was hoping that Dr. Cavins would be coming here. She's tied up in a surgical case this morning. But before I do introduce him, I know I introduced the board earlier, and I appreciate the kind words from the physicians this morning about the vision. But when you have a board that has the same goals and has the same ideas about where we can take medicine for our community, and they give of their time and talent and get no money in return for what they give to our community, and how they have helped us continue to fashion the way healthcare should look for our community. I can't tell you how much I appreciate their support on a day-in, day-out basis, and how much they care about what we're doing to improve medicine. So, again, I do want to thank the board for their help in getting us here today. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Representative Fowler, and appreciate, Joe, you being here to share this event with us today.
I really actually tried to talk my way out of this a little bit ago. But looking through the crowd, you know, I see a lot of faces here, you know, Marvin, Ralph, and a lot of the Bloomsdale folks, and Miss Julie. Growing up here, you know, most of you remember what would have been in front of us instead of a gas station, a 2-story white house a long time ago, and we was one of them little kids playing in the lot over here. So while we haven't grown much, we have seen a lot of change, and you know, anytime that we can bring health care to a rural community and the type of health care, and I've met Tom not long after I got elected, and he came about the same time. We've had a good relationship. We communicate pretty regularly, and I'm pleased with everything that's been going on with St. John Hospital. And this is just a great project, as Tom indicated, not just for health care, but it is a great economic tool for all of St. Genevieve County and this corridor along 55. And I appreciate all the help from all the people here that I've known for years, and appreciate the hospital staff and the board, everybody that just does everything that, there's this the amount of volunteers in St. Genevieve County that do so many things with so many organizations also makes it a great place to make it easy to represent and to be proud of. So thank you all for coming out, and it's a good day for St. Genevieve, as Dr. Kime says.
One other special person that I do want to mention this morning is Mrs. Shelley. And we were talking before, and I remember one time Lou and her were in the hospital, and they had stopped by the office, and we were talking about some of the plans that we had for Bloomsdale. And I wish Lou could have seen this day, and I told her that this morning, because Lou would have truly loved this. I know Lou and probably Nick would have been here every day watching construction, but I know Lou had a very special place in his heart for all the things that were going on at the hospital, and the smile that was on his face when we told him what we were going to do in Bloomsdale was one of those things I will never forget. And he was truly a gentleman and a fine supporter of the hospital. And again, I do want to wish my best to you, and like I said, wish that Lou could have been here to share this day. With that, I do want to thank you all for coming. Like I said, we're going to have the ceremonial throwing of the dirt. So we're going to do that and take some pictures, and love to have you talk with any of the people involved in the project and some of our staff that are here. But I hope you do take an opportunity to look at the boards and see what's coming to this site, hopefully a year from now. I'll put some pressure on the contractor, Ken and his team, that we would love to be open this time next year. And we'll throw that gauntlet out there. But anyway, I do appreciate you taking the time to share this event with us today. As you know, it truly is a local event. I want to thank the Bank of Bloomsdale as well as providing us some of the bond financing on this project. And it's good to keep those dollars working in our community, and I can assure you, as we move forward with selecting contractors, we're going to be doing the same thing, because we're part of this community. We live in this community. We want dollars to stay in this community that make us a better community for all of us to stay. So thank you for being here today, and we'll be getting our team together to man some shovels. So again, thank you very much.